All right, and welcome to Old Gods of Appalachia, in our Blue Rose edition of it, I should say, as we continue our tale with our wonderful friends. Blue Rose has been a multiversal trip to many places, and recently found themselves in a world resembling an alternative version of our 1920s Appalachia in Tennessee, in the area known as Baker's Gap. Last time, children who everyone was quite sure were dead rose again to break necks and create more, specifically attacking Kelly and Sally. And as they ran and got to safety, came back to see that they had ripped up a hole in the church in which they were and had dug or found a hole underneath as well. Now, they were assured that that was going to be boarded up and made fine, right? Quick. But in the meantime, they had been left to their own devices. And after letting them know that telling Townshook they had no place to stay, which was quite honestly a lie, but also wasn't quite sure they wanted to tell them that they were guests of the Walker sisters up there at Pleasant Evenings. They did decide to take it easy and be brought up in the homes of ladies of the Ladies Auxiliary of Rising Creek Baptist Church. Now, morning has in fact come, which does mean if any of you wanted to do your 10-hour restoration roll, you are free to do so. But it is time as we begin. So, the morning has come. Muggy here in the summer. You wake to air around your beds that feels thick, like pea soup that's been set out too long. Everything's just a bit damp. Need some good sun to dry you out. And as such, looking out your windows, the ground is thick with mist still. While it is light, the direct sun has not had its chance to get above the trees and burn the mist away, like a fire eliminating the rot of the night. That is yet to come. But all the same, you woke up to a hearty breakfast of beans and greens. Ace, you haven't been taken in by someone who knows how to feed a growing boy and make sure that you all had some special treat, including a whole pound of bacon just for yourself, as well as an omelet of 7 eggs. Now, you had all said you planned to meet up in the morning, so given the right amount of time, you are able to do so, and you're just told quite right that since y'all are expected to stay the night again, that you'd make it in before the sun went down. That being said, what would y'all like to do?
Kelly's gonna step off the porch and see if she can spot Ace.
He'd probably be on the side of the building already.
All right, I look at the others and say, okay, he's over there, so start walking that direction.
Yeah. As you walk, the house here faces the reservoir. It's leaving a little dock where The miss here can go off and fish if she likes, and as you just go, there's a loud splash off the dock. Breaking up the stillness, and the mist roils just a bit. As you make your way over to Ace.
Go ahead.
As soon as we're out of earshot from all the adults, Peridot's just gonna be like, I really hope we don't keep staying here for a long term because there's only so much food I can take into my wooden stomach and then take out.
I'll eat whatever you don't. Just bring it to me.
Great, and like Peridot like pulls out like 3 biscuits.
Oh god.
It just
Like
begins
a lunchbox.
Ace, you didn't eat?
No, I did.
Good.
You
What was
just
that
never
noise
know
at
when the next meal will come.
What was that noise over at the lake?
When?
Sounded like somebody going for a swim, but I don't know. I feel iffy about this water lately.
Well, I mean, if it's just a lake, it's probably not connected to the other. Maybe we could go swimming.
This is the reservoir.
Oh, the reservoir.
This is the reservoir water.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. There's no separate lake. I know I said that. I used the 2 words. I understand I did, but there's not one. It's just the reservoir.
Gotcha.
Are we near the site that Ace and Peridot and I had been? I guess, like, where was that?
It's like it'd be like a mile hike from where you are.
But it's the same body of water.
Yes.
We still have someone tied up in the woods.
Oh shit!
Maybe
Yeah.
bring
What?
some of this,
I'm sorry, you did what?
The monster. You know this.
one of the creatures that emerged from the lake. We knocked it out and tied it up.
And it's
We were
still
thinking
tied
we
up?
should take it.
I mean, hopefully. If not, then we got to be a little bit concerned about where it is now. I'll be pretty pissed and not tied up.
Okay. So I guess that's our first stop. Well, actually, our second stop. I still want to see what's inside of the reservoir.
Hopefully, it's not our supposed to be tied up creature.
You never know.
We were hoping to take it to the Walker house. I don't know if we can fit that in with our day. I feel like that's a whole day's excursion.
Yeah, that's gonna. I mean, if we have to, we will. I mean, if that's what we need to do today, obviously we'll reprioritize and we'll put the island on the agenda for tomorrow. But oh, Ace, the mines. Did you find out anything?
Oh, yes. I will. I'll hand it over to Kelly. Hand the journal over. Is it journal? Why am I not remembering what it is now? I had it.
What's this?
I began looking through his stuff. Not much else I could find.
Is there anything about it that looks?
Yeah, I wrote it down. But my notes on my character sheet are incomplete, and I'm trying to find where I put it. Sorry.
That's right. Okay, so for today's schedule, we go check out this tied up creature,
It.
and we take it to the Walker house, if it's there. If it's not there, well, that's a whole other issue.
We were hoping that the Walker sisters might be able to definitively tell if it's kids. And if it is, maybe they know how to reverse it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a good plan.
And I know we wanted to go to the islands, but I also wonder if maybe we should stop by Maybelle's house before we go to Death Island.
Oh, yeah, that's been what I was hoping all along, actually. Do we have... Okay, so now do we have her address now, based on everything we've learned?
I think so.
Okay.
You have rough directions.
Okay. Well, hey, we could make the day of looking for Maybell after we take care of this creature issue.
That would be ideal. I don't know if we can get to the Walker house and back because Maybell's house is on the other side of the reservoir from the city.
Yeah.
And the Walkers are on the far side of the city in the other direction.
Okay. So, how about this then? We have two options. Either we can go to Maybell's first, which seems reckless, or we can go get the creature, take it to the Walkers, spend the night there, and then the next day we'll hitch a train and try to get to Maybell's.
That does sound more responsible. I think that's right.
Yeah, so from the Gap, as far as walking, is about a 4-hour walk to Maybell's, probably, and then probably a 4-hour walk from the Walker's house, which would make it around an 8-hour walk from the Walker's house to Maybell's.
Okay.
Just to give some time to this.
And how long to get to the creature?
It's like a mile from here.
Yeah, so not long.
Okay, well, how about this then? We'll go see if the creature's there. If it is, we'll try to hitch a train, get back to the Walkers, and if we do manage to get there and with enough time, we'll make a day of going out to Maybell's and hopefully being able to come back that night. And then the next day, we'll deal with this mine and we'll deal with the island.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Peridot, Sally?
That sounds like a good idea. But do you think Josephine and the other ladies are going to be like confused on why we just disappear for a whole day?
Yeah, I do. Maybe it's best we let them know that. Oh, we can't, can we? Oh, this is
We
bad.
can tell them that Nalen's a cousin of Maybell's and we were heading up there.
We did say that. That's right, Sally. Yeah. So we'll tell her we're going to try to get to Lynn's cousin, and we might spend the night there if we get to her. That might be a good cover story, but we'll say we'll come back the next day, tomorrow.
Okay.
And Peridot, also, I want to kind of get to the Walker house because I'm a little bit worried about you.
Yeah,
I'm more worried
Peridot
about you all.
stares at her arm that may or may not be infected.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll know what we need to do about that. And what did you say, Sally?
Yeah, I'm more worried about you all. Because if it's not going to get into Peridot, then it's going to look for one of you three.
That's the other part of that. Yeah, that's a good point. Wait, why wouldn't it come after you, Sally?
Because I already have a parasite and brother wouldn't let it in my body, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that might actually be the perfect thing if we got it into Sally, and then brother could defeat it.
And this
Right.
actually,
Dolly takes a step back for both of you.
Yeah.
Knowing where Nalen is going with that.
Sorry to interrupt, but real quick, I just found it, my note in the most obscure place ever. I don't know.
Such a nice thing.
I was so wrong. I just didn't save my document last time, and it was a stick that was embroidered on it, Knights of Death Island, with like skipping stones around it,
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay.
and twine.
Yeah, you
I'm
might want to hold on
sorry.
to
I
those things.
don't know how I got that so wrong. I don't know how the notes got in with my work stuff.
but you did also find a letter between Maybell and the son or something like that.
Yes, I did find a letter too.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll let her know, and then we'll go find that creature.
And actually, yeah, and then I had something to say before, and I totally forgot it now. Wait, it had something to do with I think it's really good actually to go to the walkers first and try and understand what's happening with Peridot, because if Sally, you were actually downstairs, Kelly, when it happened, but Sally had like a vision when examining Peridot, and if the vision, if it could be understood, it's possible that whatever's going on with Maybelle and her dad might have something to do with these parasites that are in people, because Sally had a vision of a man and a child.
Okay, yeah, time is of the essence then. I guess Kelly will just let our hostess know that we might be out for the day visiting Lynn's cousin, but we'll return the next day if we do manage to do that. In fact, I might go ahead and just say that we will be gone, so we'll just camp out if we don't even get there, so that way it won't be an issue.
All right, now. So you're saying you're going out into the wood. Where are you telling her you're going?
Well, we're hoping to go visit with Lynn's cousin, Miss Maybelle.
All right. Looks you a little worldly. Y'all don't get lost. The woods there could be quite treacherous, Hans.
Oh, yeah, that's why we're gonna go there with Mr. Ace.
He knows his way around this here gap.
Oh yeah, he's a very skilled woodsman.
Yeah, very knowledgeable about the woods and such.
And we'll be very safe with him.
I also have a compass. And Peridot pulls out her compass.
See, we're fine. They have a compass.
All right, you know how to use that?
I do.
Good. Well,
We will be back tomorrow.
all right then. Sure. Give me 1 second, though.
Okay.
And she puts around in her drawers a little bit, and she takes out this rolled up piece of paper. It's wrapped around with a small little thread, then secured with a tiny paw of a creature, and she goes, "Oh, it's just a prayer I wrote."
Oh. Well, thank you.
It's just attach it. You can wear it on your clothes somewhere there.
Okay.
Just keep you safe, and the Lord will watch over you.
She
I'm
goes
sure.
ahead and pins it on her.
All right, this
Okay.
is a cipher.
Okay.
Just want to make sure, because of the amount of ciphers you have to carry.
Yep. I don't have any ciphers right now, so that works.
Perfect.
Can I do like as she's explaining this to Kelly, Lynn's trying to just get a read on, like, does she know the normal amount of spooky stuff that happens locally, or is she more like the Walker sisters in terms of, like, does she intentionally create these things to, deal with the darkness and the green and stuff?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and give you an intelligence challenge for this.
Okay. I am trained in insight,
Perfect.
or discerning motives and dispositions.
Mhm.
And I will put into yeah, let's do it. I'll put in 1 effort actually.
All right.
I rolled a 15.
Ooh. You look at her and even some of the stuff that she has. The bench she went to, you can see there's kind of different inks, even a few oils. Um, all bearing some type of symbol, and even what she does have, there are prayers that she writes. Looking at her, it is. You see, even on her nice dress, on the the underclothes she's wearing here in the morning, there are the knees. They're worn a little thin. You kind of get. It is her. Seems that she is well aware of the darkness that can be here. And looks at these things, and for whatever reason, it could be that her prayers are indeed answered. And so trying to figure out if she intentionally, it seems that she might know ways to phrase and keep and write that make sure that these prayers do provide protection from the inner dark that is here. And while some might say the dark or the green, she might just say providence or God's will and the workings of the devil.
Got
But it seems that either way, they protect just the same. All right.
All right. We all ready?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
And still within eye shot of the lady we've been staying with. All right, Mr. Ace, just lead the way.
Yeah. Follow me, and I will begin leading them to the person we tied up.
It was a creature you tied up.
Yeah, the creature. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I thought we determined it was.
Kidnapping, casual.
I was like, what?
It was a creature that we now believe is a transformed human.
Yeah. That is our suspicion.
Correct. This was your suspicion. I just want to be sure that I wasn't.
No, that's just me being weird with terminology. I'm sorry.
As you move and find, go back to where you remember this being. There is a stink that hits your nostrils. Flies buzzing furiously. And you find a bear showing rib cage, red blood and meat all around, cut deep. There is no teeth nor fur left, however. The corpse itself, the meat that remains, secured, splayed out vertically.
All right, I'll be the first one to admit this is on me.
Oh dear.
Well, this was the thing we had captive.
It sounds like it looks intentional. Does it look like what I would know a hunter to do, or does it look more ritualistic than that?
I would say, at first glance, it is a hunter's craft. But something about it doesn't feel right to you. So you take a closer look. What's wrong here? And it's the precision that throws you off. Fine, straight lines. Done by thinner blades, not a hunter's knife. Careful like.
This feels almost surgical. Can I say that?
It's
This
very
blade
clear.
is really small.
It's clear that maybe it's because of what happened in town. Someone clearly knew to go looking. They found what they were looking for.
Seems a little weird that nobody would mention it if they, like, you know, because before no one had gotten a good sight, but now there'd be like real proof to bring back. So that seems a little odd unless they knew about them beforehand.
Or they're protecting the town.
Could it have been that person, Jack, we met?
I swear to God, if it's Jack.
I don't think it is. Something about this, you know what? My first gut reaction is telling me this whole town is weird, right? And I feel like I saw this movie once where this weird town had made like some weird pact, and there had to have a ritual sacrifice. Wait, no, that was just a summer vacation I took. But nonetheless, it does fit. Like, think about it. If this is ritualistic and a sacrifice, maybe that's the whole reason for this water stuff. Maybe it's not an accident. Maybe it's meant to protect this town. Me and Ace went to this place not too long ago, which was similar, where they had to make like these weird offerings in order to protect their port town.
So you're thinking that there's some dark entity here that wants children are sacrificed, and they went to sacrifice Maybell. She escaped and got back to her dad, which has caused some type of parasite to grow out of the lake.
Maybe.
Not my first guess, but that was a good putting together of it.
Port Harbor, that was that place. But I don't know. Like, I mean, we've got this organization in town, right? And this organization that's clearly wanting to know what we're up to because they're wanting to keep eyes on us. They
I think
clearly-
that's because we're a bunch of kids with no parents.
It's more than that. No, I think it's more than that. I think it's this. I mean, that's the women's auxiliary. They know stuff. They have to. They've got their hands tied up in everything. Or maybe it's this mother's place, right? The one that Sally wants to go to. The good
Well, I
mother.
mean, they must have something because those women didn't like them at all.
Maybe the good mother is actually the good guy.
Okay, we're spiraling off on theories here, and
Yes, we are.
let's reel it back in. Just to be clear, this bear is the area that the creature we were expecting, or did we encounter this on the way?
You feel like this is the creature.
Got it. Okay. Is my rope around, or is it gone?
You find it seems like the rope was used to secure the creature. So it's there.
Could I could retrieve it?
You can as the whole
Okay.
thing flops to the ground.
You never know when you're gonna need a rope.
It's a very bloody rope, but it's a rope, I'll say.
So what do we do with this? Do we just leave it here?
I mean, we could bury it.
Or we could take it back to the walkers and have them examine what's left of it.
Anything we can
Is
wrap it in? Oh, go ahead.
Well, you said that there was no hair or teeth. Is there anything else missing, like organs?
Looking, there doesn't seem to be. The hide was really what the person was after.
Got it.
Anything that's missing might have been carried off by an animal, maybe, but
Okay.
Okay, well, so what did exactly this thing look like? Since you three were the ones that saw it.
A lot of eyes. Or is that just a regular fish?
So it was a fish, though. Like a fish, like
No. There were fishes. That was separate.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's also evil fish.
Is
Oh,
it fishes or fish?
Either way, I don't think you guys should touch the body in case whatever is infected it infects you guys.
It's fish when it's plural of one type of fish. Fishes mean different species of fish in
Oh.
multiple. Just as a note.
Does that mean it's sharkus?
No sharks.
Just shark?
again, we're getting off topic. Nobody answered. What did this thing exactly look like?
It was like a catfish thing.
A cat.
Matt used an animal that I've never heard of before to describe it.
Well, I mean, if it's hide, was there something special about the hide at all that you guys saw?
oh, you mean catamount?
Yeah, what's that?
That describes anything from cougar to bobcat to.
Beautiful.
It is that classification of animal, basically.
You know what's weird?
Great.
We never use plural for dish or wish, but we do for fish.
Sally just keeps walking to the walkers now.
Well, are we taking it or not?
I don't know. Like, that's your call. It just looks like a regular animal to me.
I think we should still bring it.
Okay, what can we wrap it in?
Peridot could carry it 'cause she's already infected.
Well,
No, I don't want to get that gross stuff on my dress.
I have a bedroll.
Let's just shove it in that and I'll carry it.
Okay,
It's my fault anyways.
it's not your fault, Ace.
Eh,
This whole town is just weird.
drugged them and tied them to a tree. Makes it my fault.
It was a good plan, actually.
Yeah, Ace. So the three of us did it together. It wasn't you.
So I'm gonna help get this thing shoved into this bag. I don't know if it'll fit or not.
What bag?
A bedroll.
All right, yeah, they could get it very messily into the bedroll.
All right. I'm never sleeping in this again, but
I'll get you in the room.
here you go, Ace.
I'll just carry it.
All right. Okay, so now we got to go get that train, right? Or at least a ride, because there's no way we're going to be able to carry this thing all the way back to the walkers.
We don't know when the next train is, though, either.
True, but we do know where the roads are, so we could probably hitch a ride.
Could we just try
Do
to
you
jump
wanna-
on? Could we just walk along the tracks till the train comes
Yeah,
and hop on?
I think so.
Did you want to walk the perimeter of the reservoir to see if we could see something swimming in the water?
I do.
We might as well do that on the way.
All right. So what are you trying to do?
We're going to be, well, ultimately we're heading back, but we are going to walk sort of nearby the reservoir to see if we can see what might have been making those splash sounds. Maybe it was just a fish, but maybe it was something else.
All right. So, here we go. All right, let me pull out paper scap here. Okay, so. All right, so your intention then is to go back into the town.
I think we're heading toward the Walkers,
Correct.
hoping that there will be a train or a car that we spot along the way. We'll see what happens.
All right. So I guess, yeah, depending on your where you're on the reservoir, I guess as I'm saying is that it's basically a straight line away from the reservoir towards the Walker house.
Okay.
I
yeah.
guess is what I'm trying to indicate here. So it's
Gotcha.
like walking on the reservoir is going to elongate your trip.
Right. So I
Which
think
is fine.
Kelly
I'm just trying to get a good sense of what you're doing.
Kelly would abandon the reservoir idea if the rest of the group was okay with it, just to try and get us to the Walkers faster.
I guess so. I mean, I kind of feel like we're in less of a rush now. We're not trying to wait. We're not worried about the creature waking up. The creature's dead.
Oh, well, I mean, in that case, yeah, we could spend a little time around the reservoir. Then we'll start heading back. Maybe
Well,
spend.
does everybody agree? That it might just be me.
Unless we're concerned about, carrying a body.
Well, Kelly's talking about a splash she heard this morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But isn't it like over an hour now?
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that we won't hear another one.
True.
And, we'll just spend an hour or so, and if we don't see anything or hear anything, I guess we'll head on back.
I mean, like, what if we get there and there's a body floating in the water that's been there for an
Right.
hour,
Exactly.
I don't mind just eyeballing it, and then we could head to the Walker house.
What do you think, Sally?
I was like 1,200 feet away from you guys. So she all stopped and started talking. She kept walking. And she turns around and goes, "Oh, where'd you guys go? Oh, are you not going?"
We're gonna check out the reservoir real quick, and if that's cool, just to see if whatever made that sound earlier might still be out there.
Should have just done that first. She starts walking back.
Well, at the time, Sally, we thought that the sleeping spell was wearing off.
Yeah, well.
So, what's the difference between a cacti and a cactuses?
Cactuses, I don't think exists.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Cactuses?
All right. So you're just walking along the reservoir, and you're looking for any signs of anything unusual, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fine. Go ahead and give. I would like to. Go ahead and give me a perception challenge with intellect.
All right.
Malin going off on vocabulary words is probably in character. I have an inability or whatever in perception, so I'm not really paying a whole lot of attention.
Ooh, I rolled well. I rolled a 17.
Very nice. Walking along the river here. Sorry, the reservoir, like you just. Along the reservoir, you look down, trying to find bits of things and pieces. And to be clear, you're going to the reservoir that's like closer back to the town, or are you trying to like make a whole lap?
I would assume whichever one was closer to the house because of the sound we heard, but
Okay, so you're kind of looking specifically that direction. You look and there's fishes that are moving in and out, grabbing things, some catfish and maybe trout, some smaller ones, and every once in a while there's one that comes by with eyes all over its body.
look at that one.
Yeah.
You think we should try to catch one?
I mean, that's what Ace did, and then it made the creature come out of the water.
Oh, that's what triggered that. Okay.
No, catching it was okay. When we stabbed it, they got mad.
Oh. Oh, okay.
We were pretty candid about it.
Yeah, I was just wondering if we needed to bring one back to, the walkers.
I mean, that could be a pretty good idea. See if, more samples.
Does anybody have a fishing pole?
Well, Peridot still had food in them, so I'm guessing a little bit is meat. So I'll just throw some meat in the water.
Do you have anything? Do you have like something to attach it to?
Still got the soup.
There's
cup.
rope. Bloody rope.
Bloody rope. Oh god. I guess that's how
I
you
like
fish.
sausage and just
Crocodile.
hold half the sausage in the water, so when it bites it, I can just like fling it in the air.
I mean, I have a sewing kit, but like,
Oh, here. Can I just take off my sweater and give it to Ace to use as like a net kind of a thing?
Yeah, goes in that. It's not too difficult here with some meat to attract the fish and rope, and you grab a bunch of these fish. Most are fine, but then you see one that's there with all the eyes on it.
See, like this one.
Yeah, perfect. And Ace, where'd you get all that meat from?
That's Peridot.
Peridot, you have meat?
I don't eat. It literally just sits inside of my wooden body, Kelly.
Oh. I just didn't know we had that this morning.
It was bacon.
Bacon?
Did I not hear bacon?
I had beans.
Yeah.
Okay, well. We got the fish. We got the fur. Or the, thing.
Opposite of fur.
Yep. Yes, let's go.
All right, so
The fish is going to die before we get there. We are aware of that, right? I mean, it's a fish.
Yeah.
Okay. We continue.
all right,
We're walking along the train tracks.
all right. So that is potentially the longest route, but
Oh, okay.
just as a note. Because there's a road that goes more directly there, that is essentially shorter, but you don't have the chance of the train coming by.
Yeah, because I was only thinking the train at first because we were trying to get to the town. Now that we're leaving the town, we might as well just walk to the walkers. Because the train actually doesn't go by their house. We'd still have to walk to the house and jump off in case the train don't stop.
Either way is fine with me.
Yeah.
Walking.
As long as we don't get caught with a dead fish body.
I mean, being caught with a fish is probably pretty normal in this place.
I mean, weird mutated catfish in our duffel bag.
Yeah, some of those bones might look suspicious.
Honestly, I think it looks even more suspicious wrapped in a bedroll.
Yeah, I'm not doing you guys a lot of favors.
The southern route does actually look like it avoids the most people traffic. That might
Okay.
be smartest.
And we could
Yeah.
walk by the clutch and kind of get a view, or a little bit, and see what it's like down there. We haven't actually stopped there. We only heard about it.
Okay.
All right. So, we're to walk, taking in all the sights of the gap, the sweet smell of the green, the wood nearby, bugs kind of narrating you. And as you walk by a few hours, you can see what seems to be a path, a road, if you like. It's been beaten down. It seems to go down into a lower area. Looking down the road itself, you can see a handful of rickety wooden buildings. They seem to all be centered around a shared fire pit in a yard, crisscrossed with clotheslines.
Alan, do you want to go down there? Maybe we could learn a little information. Since we told that you'd be the only one probably allowed.
Sure. Yeah, I guess we could probably use a little bit of a break. So we think that's the clutch?
That's definitely the clutch.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go.
Ella pulls out her bag of food in case anybody wants it, because I also don't eat food and I've just been storing it in this bag.
You don't eat food. How do you not eat food? That's like one of the two necessities of life is food.
Not when you're not living? She smiles awkwardly.
All right, so you said you're headed down, or?
Yeah.
All right. Now, is they staying behind? You were kind of talked about this, if you remember.
Sounded like we were all staying behind.
So, who's
What
going
they-
down to the
what-
clutch?
Well, what they had told
Just
us
Malin.
was Lynn would be welcome, but the rest of us wouldn't.
All right, so Lynn's going down. Okay. That makes more sense. That's what I was trying to get. So, Lynn, you start walking down. And you hear some movement, maybe from behind the houses. People getting things together. Maybe just cleaning off their porch. And As you get a little closer, you can see right behind the fire pit that still has a little bit of smoke smoldering up, black. There is an ebony skinned woman lying there. No clothes to speak of.
Lying like dead.
Hard to tell.
Pardon.
The figure moves and goes, "What?" And looks up at you, looks down. She goes, "Girl, what you doing? Look at me like
I
this." She runs and grabs some clothesline and puts it around herself.
I really apologize. I did not mean to um sneak up on you while you were not decent. I didn't want to scare you. That's why I was announcing myself. I'm sorry, and I'll turn my head and give some privacy.
And then sorry, just not you someone sneaking up on me. Where you came in the night or what? What you doing over here?
I'm really sorry to intrude. Well, actually, I'm kind of new to town, the town up the road, and well, I'll be honest. Yesterday, some really weird shit started happening, and I've been kind of getting the feeling that maybe those folks aren't really like me. And maybe I might be more comfortable somewhere else.
Comfort. Looking for comfort down here. Well, what I suggest to you is if you can be somewhere else, be somewhere else, child. No reason for anyone to come here unless they have to.
That sort of sounded like me when I was in town. People kind of intimated that I should try my luck here, but maybe I misunderstood. I don't really. Can you tell me about your community?
So they wouldn't take you in.
I just kind of stay silent and I don't confirm, but I let her fill in her own blanks.
All right. Well, then, welcome, I guess. As long as you're able to work to the good of the community, you can stay here. We're here just trying to get by. We work to try to tend the gardens, get the shacks up, wash the clothes, cook. And stay safe. That safe part's the hard one. Now,
Yeah,
why
that
would
was.
you be all by yourself?
Well, I'm new to town. I wasn't really all by myself. My friends, they stayed in town. But there was some really strange stuff that happened last night. I mean, you said stay safe. I think I saw a monster, and well, I'm not really used to that, and people weren't really answering my questions.
What does this look like? This monster.
It's like nothing I've ever seen. That big cat that swam in the water, eyes all over its body. But it had with it things, human things.
Like what?
I did find a locket. And I'll take it out and show them the locket that I had found on the floor.
She looks. Can't say I know them. But you found it by the reservoir, you say?
By the reservoir, and then right after there was a commotion in the church. More creatures were in the church, and people said it. It was dead folks rising.
Looks like them folk got themselves a mess of trouble.
Is that normal around here?
Normal. I wouldn't say so, but there's plenty of things that can go wrong. After all, you smell of the unseen. Real thick. Of a different type, too. Well, I ain't quite smelt before. But yeah, I know of such things, though I didn't know they were undergoing such unfortunate things back in town.
You know, they got real touchy when I started asking about the mine.
Oh. I want to go accusing the source of their prosperity now, child. It depend on that.
It sounded more like superstition.
Well, around these hills, it's usually a warning there for a reason. Of course, it's going to get muddled after time, but there's usually something true about it.
You sound like you've been here a long time.
Too long for my liking. Can't really get anywhere else. Well, this works fine enough.
Has it always been this way?
Well, this place, the Clutch.
I meant the Gap, but yeah, how long has the Clutch been around?
Oh, 10 so years, maybe longer. It's always been a place where women come. That's what they always say. To hide, to live, who, well, can't get help elsewhere. She kind of looks down at her skin. Goes, hard for us sometimes. Not treated the same way, you see.
Yeah. How many of you are there?
Oh. You sort of see women kind of looking looking at you, and then the rest are sort of getting in what they want to. And they're starting to tend the area. So right now, there's about 13 of us. But that's about it. So there's more or less. If we can get one of ours somewhere else, a lot of times we will, relative or wherever they can. This isn't a place to be for long if you can help it. That's for sure.
Do you guys get any help from the town? I mean, what do you do for medicine?
She looks at the garden, goes, we can make what we need.
Right.
But every so often, that ladies' auxiliary will leave a care basket. So I'd imagine they haven't forgotten about us. Oh, any conversation with them will tell us to part from our sinful ways.
No.
As if that's the only thing that keeps us here.
Right. I did speak to them briefly, and they are loud and bold about their opinions.
It's all right.
I came to see a friend of mine. I'm from out of town, and have you heard of her, Maybell?
Maybell. No, I ain't heard of her.
Right. Well, I don't think the ladies' auxiliary have been much help to her either.
She says that very quickly.
Of the other women that I see, are there any that are like especially young or especially old?
There's a smatter. I would say you're looking between about ages, really around ages 20 to 60.
Okay.
Though you do see near one, there is what looks like a crib sitting on a porch.
Okay. Okay, well, I thank you for your time. I did just want to come introduce myself, but I am running some errands this morning, so.
Well, then I'll take you. Lynn, was it?
Yeah, and you said your name was?
Bertha Norris.
Bertha Norris. Well, you've been very kind.
Yeah. She kind of looks around, and she goes, "Oh, here we go." She goes, "Here's a little something in case you get yourself hurt or something." We'd like to trade. You got anything?
I take out let's see. Yeah, here's my holographic Mewtwo. I open my next to my pack. I have hanging off a pair of sturdy shoes. They look like good work boots. They'll keep you dry in the rain and the mud. But I'm not doing any work now these days.
Oh.
And,
She takes them and she kind of sniffs them a little bit. Nice. Just try it. Not too worn indeed. Well, you have a good one there, Lynn. And feel free to come on by anytime during the day, all right?
Right, sounds good. Thank you again, and sorry to disturb your lounging.
I don't mind, and just looks after you. Don't get lured in by those men folk. You hear?
Well, I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Well, really, the women folk, depending on who you are, but I mean, just a young girl your age, as pretty as you are. The people around here, they stick to their own kind, no matter what they tell you. And there's always a consequence to the physicality that comes with love, child. And they will leave you the moment that it happens. And then you'll have no other place to be. So, best keep yourself watchful, that's all.
Well, thank you. You don't have to worry about me. The only man that's talked to me since I got here was this guy named Jack, and he's not my type. And I give a little pause to see if she recognizes the name Jack.
She starts. She definitively recognizes the name. Goes, Jack, huh? He's just about the only man I know to actually do what he says, if not exactly.
But I will certainly keep my eye on him.
All right.
I'll scurry off to my friends.
Very good.
And that's about the point where I ordered the liverwurst and didn't want to eat it, so that's how I met Ace. Is he agreed to eat the whole thing?
Amazing.
What exactly is liverwurst?
I didn't want to try it, but Ace seemed to enjoy it. If I remember right, he even asked for seconds. Oh, Lynn, you're back.
Oh my god. You cannot let me do that shit again, Kelly. This shit is for you.
What happened? I'm sure you were fine.
I don't think I learned anything. I mean, maybe I learned something.
Like what?
Well, I learned that they don't trust a lot of people. But I do think that maybe they'll trust me next time I come, if I come again.
Okay. That's good. Did they know anything about Maybell?
I mean, not that they said. They know something, but they didn't want to tell me what it was. I met this nice lady. Well, I really only met the one. I didn't really talk to anybody else. She gave me this, and I'll hand it to Peridot, the thing that she said would help me. I also gave her a pair of my boots. I don't know what I was thinking.
You gave her your boots?
Not my only boots, my spare boots. Anyway.
Oh. Malin, what were you thinking?
Listen, I told you, I was spiraling out of control.
Okay, it's fine. I'm sure you did fine.
They just seem to be a community, just kind of trying to survive. Kind of down to earth. They don't really trust the Gap very much. They do know Jack, though. And it seems like they know a lot about Jack, but I didn't really get into it with them.
Well, maybe we can pass back through here later and you can check up on him.
She gave me a warning about love and people taking advantage and leaving you. And she kind of said it after I mentioned Maybell, and I'm not really sure if she was sort of thinking maybe they were connected. I don't know if it has something to do with...
Wait. Do you have feelings for Maybell?
What? No, Kelly. But we know that Maybell was involved with one of the auxiliary women's sons and the mine.
Oh.
And I sort of mentioned all of these things, and she didn't really bite strongly on any of them, but I know she recognized Maybell, and I know she recognized Jack, and she warned me about letting men take advantage.
Look at Ace.
Letting Jack take advantage? Yeah, no. Hate that guy. Told you.
Oh, yeah, but I also mean maybe the son from the mine. Maybe it has something to do with what happened with Maybell.
The one who Ace has been staying in his room?
Yeah. But again, all assumptions. I don't really know. We were sort of talking around in code, kind of, and that's not really my thing. That's your thing.
Why were you talking in code?
Well, you can't be too on the nose. Aren't we undercover? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you should at least just, relax a little and just talk to people. I mean, it's... Oh, no, Lynn. I didn't realize it was this bad.
Kelly, I gave her my shoes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Good emphasis how bad it is.
We'll go over some practice drills later. It'll help.
Okay, good. I also tried to do your accent, and I don't know if it really worked.
My accent?
Well, yeah, when you try and talk like the locals here.
Oh no. Okay, I'm sure it's fine. We'll, I guess, keep going.
All right. And so you're headed up to the Walker house.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take our break then and come back with that. Alrighty. Excuse me. All right. Crikey. Wrong pipe here.
We can't lose you, Matt.
Yeah, we gotta know how the story ends.
I can't lose you. You have work to do. Son of a bitch. All right. All right, in that case, you're going to make your way back up to the Walker house. Then.
About what time of day do we get there?
So this would be just about noon.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. Get right in there. So, my goodness. Okay. Sorry. Coming right up on the Walker House with a sign, as always, that says "Pleasant evenings kept and still well oiled," as if in remembrance. You pass the little gate as you cross the road and make your way into the yard. From here, you can see both Mossy and Ellie right now out in the yard. They feeding chickens, and looks like Ellie is they are milking a goat. As they sort of look up and go, "Well, if it isn't our traveling crew. Hope you found everything to your liking."
Well, to be honest with you, we sort of need your help.
They kind of sidelong glance each other. All right. Well, we can at least see you. Why don't you come inside? I'll get us some sweet tea.
I'm not sure you want to bring this into your living room.
It's out in the yard. Well, then let's go on back in the back then. The backyard, they go, all right. And they kind of smell. What you got?
Ace?
Well, we think it used to be human.
I'll also take it out of the bag and lay the fish next to it.
Well, Miss Lee ain't telling the truth for once. And he goes, well, I didn't expect those fish with eyes actually existed.
Oh,
They do, and if you stab them, these guys show up.
Marcy and Ellie look at each other gravely. They expect it. You skinned it.
Not us.
You found it skinned.
No, knocked it out, tied it up, left it overnight.
And you found
I
it
won't
cut.
admit when I did something dumb.
It cut like this, and you took it.
Yeah. Our thoughts were that we would go retrieve it, bring it back here so we could study it together, but it was already like this when we got there. Oh, and
Who
there's
cut it down?
Oh,
That was me.
kind of breathe heavily. Well, all right. You go. This. Well, and Ellie goes, one thing at a time, Marcy.
That's not even the worst of it.
I gave away my shoes.
No, not that, Nayland.
What'd you do your shoes to, child?
I'm infected.
Yeah,
Peridot just raises up her arm that has the bite in it.
that's yeah, that happened.
Go get the wood oil, Ellie. All right.
Wood oil. Oh no.
It was the special ones. I know, Marcy.
You seem troubled by the fact Lynn had cut it down. What does that mean?
I had a sigh a bit. Well, just means that whoever had tied it up, that's like a claim, you see. And that means you took what someone had claimed.
Well, we're the ones who tied it up in the first place. Were they not taking what we had claimed when they killed it?
But they had processed it, skinned it. Did you tie it to the tree? Or did they tie it up?
Well, I'm pretty sure we did.
Well, you guys are just sort of secured. It wasn't tied the way you had found it.
It did look different, though.
Right.
So now that Lynn, if you mess with someone's claim, I mean, does that mean you're marked? Are you going to die?
I mean,
More like you got messed with it.
that remains to be seen, but
Oy.
there's a fella whose name's Tom. Skint Tom is what a lot of people call him. You see, he put that up, process to kill. Even if he wasn't the one that killed it, and you took the fruits of his labor. Now, the idea that you had tied it up in the first place, you being the one, and was that your rope then?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, that's at least good news. We might be able to deal with that.
The social politics of this place are so convoluted. I gotta be honest.
Yes, indeed they are. Best thing is you just don't mess with stuff. But again, I think we might be all right. It just depends what he looks like right now.
Well, Lynn, I mean, do you feel okay? Do you need some soup?
Oh,
Let me get you something.
what? Kelly, no, I don't
Why
need
don't you
to.
sit down?
No, I'm okay. I don't need to sit down.
Don't
Actually, I
sit
kind of
down.
want to. No, Kelly, I kind of want to get
Sit
back to the.
Down.
Peridot is infected with some kind of parasite, and suddenly we got all off topic with this Skin Tom guy.
Well, no,
Anyway.
we're not off topic, Lynn. You could be dying.
I'll sit down. Okay, I'm sitting.
Okay.
She's not dying.
Also, we don't have to return the corpse to them, do we?
No. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. That's more of just a trick.
And
He
Sally and I,
leaves it out there to be taken so that he can have a right to hunt somebody.
Oy.
Sally and I had come face to face with some of the children in town who seemed to come back from the dead.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. It was a
One
long
night.
One night. Yeah. Well, we got separated, and we.
Oh, that explains everything.
Well, it wasn't okay. What happened? We came across some dead children, and the sheriff was in town, and he wanted someone to stay with them, and so I volunteered, and Sally volunteered, and we went, and we stayed with them at the church, and the others were, going to look around a little bit, and that's it. The next thing I know, we're being attacked at the church, and this thing was coming for us. It almost strangled me. It was.
Peridot thinks this monster could have been a kid once.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, I was thinking that like it's some kind of curse that transformed them. Also because of the fact that whatever's in my arm keeps trying to like connect with something, but it's just not connecting. And I'm thinking it's because I'm made of wood and not flesh.
Right. Ellie comes back
Just
with the
make
wood
you
oil. She's like, all right, come here. And they smell the oil, and there's this awful stench as whatever in there begins to burn and melt. Well, that's different.
What is it?
Yeah. It's definitely a curse.
What?
It's a curse. Sure as heck. Not just any. This is a contract.
Peridot? You made a contract?
Oh, for something like that to be on. Something has claimed those waters. And those bodies.
What does the contract say?
I don't know.
Would this Skin Pete person know?
Tom? He don't know nothing except who he wants to wear next.
Where?
What? You think someone's going to take skin if they have good skin of their own?
I'll have you know, there are too many people wearing my face already.
Does it hurt?
Who are you talking to?
Peridot.
Oh.
Oh. Does it hurt? I don't
Yeah.
know. It didn't hurt when it started smoking.
We are
Jesus.
everywhere.
I know.
Just
Okay. I realized we just bombarded all that.
yeah.
And I'm still reeling from the fact that there's a guy who wears skin.
I still don't know how that comes into play.
But Peridot's like, there's a guy who wears skin. Wow, he must be really good at sewing.
Okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm just going to listen.
Great, Malin stands up now that Kelly is sitting.
So, Pear, it more tickled, like it was uncomfortable as it burnt off, but you being wood and all, you were okay.
So a contract. Are you saying that somebody made a deal and then broke the deal, and that's why they look like that?
I don't think so. 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 I don't think so More like there's always someone who can do something. And and again, you're kind of telling the whole story, and there was more than one. It sounds more like a cursed place. Somebody did something. And the O has something to do with the whole gap. Now, about Tom, Lynn, I'll see if I can get him to talk. But if we give him something, he might go away.
I've
So-
only got one more pair of shoes.
So do we think? Okay, so we're thinking Tom is the one who took the skin. Is that
Yes.
Tom unlikely has much to do with this, as far as whatever these problems are. He more just found, and this goes more to what you thought, Peridot, that this was a human at one time, because I ain't never known Tom to skin someone that wasn't at least human at one point.
and how reasonable is this Tom person?
Well, his claim on Lynn is a little more tenuous, at least. So it might be, if it's something that he wants, he might relinquish any claim he has and
Wait,
go find someone else to alleviate.
so he has a claim on Lynn?
Well, she kind of stole from him, but like I said, it's tenuous. Her rope, he'll kill. We might be able to be reasoned with there.
We did kind of establish that this is a little unrelated to everything else that's going on. I mean, we still have so many questions. The weird monsters that were in the church, they sunk into the floor. There's a hole in there, but the town seemed so eager to just cover it up and move on. I mean, Kelly kind of suggested earlier that maybe the town is in on it. I mean, do you know of anything like that? Are there people in charge who could have known about this curse that's on the reservoir?
I also did not give them an easy time about denying the whole. Like we pushed pretty hard about it. They just kept denying. That was suspicious.
Well, you can't just let a hole in a church be.
And you can't just patch it up.
They literally were just trying to get a bunch of boards to just cover up the hole. It was really weird.
I mean, you're talking about Rising Creek, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he knows what to do. He has the right prayers. They should be fine making that whole and protected.
Prayers like this one?
The green will answer all types. When asked in earnest.
But if they were doing those prayers before and it happened, doesn't that reason that it can happen again?
What I'm saying is, it's like the wards around our house. They're likely to put up something similar, if not as powerful nor lasting. They don't. You can't on the church. It don't make no sense. No one owns it. It's without ownership. It can't really be protected now, can it?
Who is the he that you were referring to? I mean, we've only met the ladies' auxiliary.
Oh, the pastor.
Did we meet the pastor?
You did. It was one of
Okay.
the ones talking to you. But it was
Got it,
very,
cool,
very
cool.
brief.
Okay. So we
I
think.
should probably mention that the two children also don't have souls anymore that died in the church. They weren't in their bodies.
All right.
Oh, and the mine.
Oh yeah, the mine.
What about the mine?
Right.
Faith?
So we also had an idea that perhaps the mine was connected to the curse, and that perhaps when they were digging in the mine, they found something that may have gotten its way into the water of the reservoir, and that's why the reservoir water is connected to the curse.
Right. Let me ask you this, children. What is it that you want to take care of?
I've been under the assumption we're here to take care of the island, but the more and more we hear, I don't know if it's bigger than just the island, because now it seems like it's connected to the whole water and
Right. Pick an aspect. What's the next thing we can help you with?
oh, um, well, I don't speak for everybody. Um, I would love for us to get this skin person off of Len and help Peridot.
Peridot looks at his arm. I think they already helped me.
Even with the contract?
Right. It's not a contract on Peridot. It's not what we're talking.
Oh,
And he goes, I'm going to go have a talk with Tom. I think I can handle him at least for right now.
and I think a group of us were thinking about going to go visit Maybell that we told you about.
All right. Now, what do you think Maybell has to do with any of this?
A couple of things. Go ahead, Lynn.
Oh, well, the more I learn, the less I know. I don't know how Maybell fits into it. I mean, I don't know how much you really know about where we're from, but I'm starting to think that whatever of the hunger is here, and that's what's made the contract in the water. That the people here, the men in the mines, they found prosperity in exchange for the water being able to take sometimes.
And I think that Maybell might have stumbled upon something, and if we can find out what she stumbled upon, it'll lead us in the right direction.
All right. Well, then sounds like your next step is to talk to Miss Maybell. You've got a lot of pieces, but there's something that ain't put them together just yet. What I will tell you is whatever is changing, something's people must have agreed to, and that it was trying to hurt Miss Peridot enough, a majority of folks in the Gap must have said yes. Now, they may not have realized it at the time. It can be right tricky, things like this. Is there anything that you heard everyone was trying to do? Like multiple people were trying to do something or concerned about?
I'm just thinking back. I don't know, Sally. Do you remember anything?
Well, who have we spoken to there? We talked to Jack, and then we talked to the sheriff, and then we talked to those ladies from the church that won't let me go see the good mother's place. So there was that. That was kind of weird. Everybody kind of seemed like, what is about that place actually?
No, it's just a bunch of squatters.
The last time we were here, you had mentioned that we shouldn't investigate there.
The one they pray to ain't no mother really, and she certainly ain't good. They can be dangerous folk when the time is right. That's all.
How do we know they're not the ones behind this? That they're the ones that somehow lured the people into doing what they needed to unleash the hunger.
I'm not saying they ain't.
I still think that should be our next lead, maybe after Maybell. Or even before Maybell.
They are a little beyond Maybell, so maybe if we go to Maybell's and then if we want to, we can maybe set up a camp and go there tomorrow.
I don't know if this mechanic can work this way, but can I invoke like a flashback mechanic and we can return to the moment we were told that there was something everybody was after?
All right, because, yeah. I think... Okay, I'll let you make an intelligence challenge with the flashback.
Okay. Let's see. I have nothing to add to that but effort. Okay, I'm going to put 2 effort in.
Okay.
So that's so 3. Okay. I rolled a 9.
That's pretty good.
If you
From
let
your
me add
conversation... What?
I am trained in insight. If you'd let me
Okay.
add that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that you kept... When you ask about Maybell, people kept on wanting to go help her and help her dad. And they were always being turned away. And you kind of learned the auxiliary what kind of people's representative, and they were trying to help Maybell's dad. They were quite fervent. They had gone up there several times. Like that's what comes to your mind.
Okay.
Does she get anything from that weird way that the lady reacted to the name and the clutch?
Backwards inciting that.
I was just sitting here screaming, why aren't you inciting them?
Well, because what would the insight tell me? It would tell me that she acted weird, right? But I already knew she acted weird.
But it might say if she was trying to protect her, or she didn't like her, or she was scared of her.
I would say you get it's the same tone in the sense of like a mom who hears the name of a kid they don't want their child associating with.
Okay.
Interesting.
And we know the clutch is not necessarily allied with the ladies' auxiliary. So if they hold Maybell to be strange enough that they don't want us or themselves to be interacting with her.
Did you wait? Where did you lose your shoes again, child?
At what was her name? Bertha Norris, Betsy Norris. At the clutch.
Oh my!
What did you do? Did you just make a contract?
Sorry, contract. Oh, but she gave me this. I gave her the shoes in exchange. We traded, and I pull out the
Look at
knick-knack
it.
thing.
That's a healing. Well, you keep that then. Well, sounds like she doesn't want no ill for you, but oh, wow, that's a whole other problem you don't need to deal with. Sounds like it's okay, maybe. It's giving people things like that smell like you. I don't even know.
She did sniff them. She sniffed them. I saw her sniff them.
All right. So you tell us what you'd like to do. Jack had said that you'd find something to get your hands dirty with. He said that people like you can't help but to help. Well, so
I do have a question.
let's go in and get some cornbread.
That's fair. Can I pose a hypothetical question to you, though?
Certainly,
Okay.
at the table with cornbread. They're like, "No,
So let's say that. Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about this. It's kind of one of those morality questions, right? Let's say that there was a person, and that person was from the future, and they came back in time. Would it be ethical for them to contact a great or like a grandparent and tell them to pass along to their daughter that she shouldn't let her daughter drive?
Just look at you. Time travel now?
Well, yeah, like let's say that I've been reading a lot of those, books, and I just got to thinking, like, let's say, what if you knew how your mother died and you had a way to stop it?
Well, doing something like that, there's a steep price, girl. One that no one could really know. You can't just undo the dead. Not like that, anyway.
Well, I was thinking because we were doing that. Well, I mean, not us, but if people were to go back and do that, let's say they were already saving people, and what's one more person?
What's one more? Well, that's everything. Trying to undo death It ain't no business for anybody. And you can't do it without hurting people.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it was just a question.
You'd be true to your name. That's for sure. You'd bring all type of war and strife. If that's who you want to be.
Wow, that's I mean, that's a lot deeper than I thought that might go.
Sorry, it's not a typical name for a girl is all. But things change, I guess.
So what's your take on the whole fish versus fishes thing?
What?
She's just trying to change the topic.
At one point, when and no one else is really paying attention, Ace is gonna ask one of the walkers, "Will you let me know? Like, do you guys still need the corpse back there? Or are you done with it?"
It might help things if we return it to Tom. She goes, like I said, I'll take care of it. Might as well go and start doing stuff there, Ellie. All right. Be careful. You know I am, sister.
If you can, try not to give it back to him.
What do you want it for?
If it was a person once, it still deserves a burial.
All right. I'll see what I can do. Tom.
I'll just go back to eating. That's all I wanted.
All right.
Did
Anything
Ace
else?
intend? Was that meant to be secret from the rest of us?
And no, he didn't like take everyone out. Like he just tried. He like was trying to make it so no one noticed. But if someone noticed, that's not like it's like he was trying that hard.
Okay.
And it's just trying to be more like just not obvious about it.
Yeah.
Is there a Western Union in Bankers Gap?
Does Western Union exist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
I mean, there's a place for the bank, the post office and such.
Cool. Yeah, I just wanted to maybe send a letter.
Did we get is the idea that we're waiting for Ellie to come back, or we go about our business?
You can go about your business.
Okay.
Well, should we go to Maybell's? Sally, did you have anything you wanted to do here?
Oh,
Sally, you did mention maybe wanting to go to the another people before
and I think-
Maybell's.
Oh, before Maybell's.
Was something that you mentioned, but I don't know how strongly you felt about that.
I was just curious because, I mean, it seems like everybody's been steering us away from there.
That's a good point.
And I understand that everybody's also trying to help Maybell, so it's just a little weird that the two are like, and if you look at it, they're the farthest parts. They're like farthest part on the map. Probably pulls up the map, pulls it down. Because Maybell's all over here, and they're over there.
How long would it take us to get to the mothers?
Probably quicker from here than having to travel to Maybell's and then walk all the way back. Right, Matt?
Yeah.
About how far?
Get back here. You look at it. You can look on your map too, but
I think what we're also asking is, can we do both in today before dark? Are
there's
we
no
able-
way you're doing both.
Okay.
Can we
Then
even
I
do
think
one
we
before
should
dark?
pick one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, getting to the Gap, about a 6-hour walk.
6 hours. Okay. Okay, so I know we had. I think when we were at the other place, we had discovered it was a 4-hour walk there and a 4-hour walk back if we went to Maybell's.
Yeah,
So
so
it
if
would be
you're
a
going to Maybell's, it'd take you 8 hours.
8 hours total. And if we went to the mothers, that's a 6-hour walk there and a 6-hour walk back.
Right. So Maybell's is 8 hours there, 8 hours back.
Oh,
Because it was from
Maybell's
the
is
Gap
8
for
hours.
4 hours.
It was
Oh,
4
'cause
hours from the town.
Yeah, it's 4 hours.
Gotcha.
And you walked 4 hours away.
Okay, I misunderstood. All right. So that's 8 hours, and it's 6 hours to go to the church, the other church.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's just one direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So we would get there roughly at about 6. Yeah, I mean, if we didn't spend too long there, we could get back by midnight. Just depends on what happens. I'd hate just to be stranded out there if something bad happens, but at the same time, something bad happens all the time in these woods, so I don't think we're safe
Night, like-
anywhere.
Evening time for folks here seems to start around 7. Do we think that the church would take kindly to people showing up at 6 o'clock?
Oh, that's a good point. Last time we were out here, they said to not leave it beyond 7, I think. So we wouldn't be able to come back.
Yeah,
We'd
so
have
we
to
would
find
start
somewhere
heading
else to
back.
sleep. Which we can still do. We could camp. But yeah, we could go there. You up for the walk, Sally?
Let's go.
Thought you might be. All right. I guess we're going to the Good Mothers. Sally, just so you know, I don't think this place is. Well, I don't really know, but are you going to be okay if it's not connected to Mother?
Are you asking me if I'll burn the place down?
No, I'm mostly worried about you, not what you do.
I think I'll be good. I have you by my side.
Well, yeah.
As long as we're all together, I'll be okay.
Great.
If she's
And
not there, I'm gonna be mad.
And out of curiosity, how far is it from here? Would the Western Union be in Baker's Gap town?
Yes.
Okay, so never mind. We'll do that later. Okay. Yeah, I say let's get our stuff together and hit the road.
Where are you at the door? I still don't know where you guys get this stuff from. We don't have anything. We came here with nothing. We're given
Yeah.
clothes.
I know. Listen, I no longer have anything to sleep in, so it's fine.
I know. You gave away the only sleeping bag the walkers gave us.
Well, look, we had to carry that thing.
You're lucky I don't sleep. She just heads out the door.
I don't think I slept either.
All right. So you're heading down the roads past farms and houses. So you're planning. You begin the Good Mother's Ministry just about 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Well, about 6, I guess. Well, no, 7 because we did eat.
Yeah, you kind of out here a little bit. So
While we move, can I take a 1 hour rest recovery roll?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Terrible.
What is the place called? What Mother's Ministry?
Good Mother Ministries.
I'll write a note on the way.
Will you write a note to?
Well, I thought about sending this to my grandma. But through the Western Union, well, actually through to my mom, because if I take it to the Western Union, I can have it delivered on a specific date. I saw that in a movie once.
You're gonna have it delivered on that day.
I'm new to this and all, but usually doing stuff like that doesn't end up well in movies.
It did in this movie. And yeah, I'll just send a letter that will be delivered on Thanksgiving. And it'll tell my mom to not drive that day.
Kelly.
What?
I think you should not do that.
So Kelly, I have an idea.
Yeah?
So we did meet a superhero, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say names. What if you sent her the message that she has to save a person on that day? Think about it. A superhero receiving a heroic message to save a life on a super days down the road.
That's a good point, actually.
And then it wouldn't actually be your mom getting the message, so you would actually be appearing in that part.
Yeah.
Things might be a little twisty, but I don't know. I'm just giving an idea out there.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
If this works, then we really aren't in a rush to do it, right? I mean, doing it today or tomorrow or the next day is still
we're
going
not,
against the future at the
we're,
same time.
Yeah, we're not doing it
So,
today.
my point is that, I mean, what the Walker sisters were saying is that when you interfere with stuff like this, there's a big price to pay, one that's hard to predict. And when we went back and changed the hunger, a lot of stuff happened. I mean, we paid prices for that. And one of those might be your mom. Now, I know that everything's been wonky since then. I mean, you and I also both died, and then we came back. So that also was a price that we paid, and we did revoke that. But my point is, everything is unpredictable, and I don't know that we should rush to make any decisions, because if we save your mom, what if that undoes everything that we made sacrifices to do?
I don't think it would, though. I mean, think about it like this. We're already interfering with the past by being here. Every single thing we do, we could be doing something as simple as chopping down a tree, and it could have a huge impact on the future. And that got me to thinking, because think about all the people that we might save here right now. Those are people who weren't supposed to be alive. And yet we're doing it left and right all the time without any regard to how it affects the future. And so I got to thinking, what?
Well, but that's the whole point of the Blue Rose.
Right.
We
exactly.
are supposed to be doing it with regard for what happens to the future.
But
I mean, the people that died, well, I don't know. That's why we were supposed to go to school. That's why we were supposed to attend academy, but it all died and everyone blew up and they're dead.
I know, Lynn, I know. But here's the thing. If we're already doing that, why would it be so horrible to save this one person if we're already saving hundreds of people? You know?
Galen really misses Biff right now.
Well, Biff is still at the. Oh, you didn't say that.
I don't know, Kelly. It just feels risky. It
I know
feels
it's
like a cyclical. Like we could just keep doing stuff and then fixing it and doing stuff and fixing it and doing stuff and fixing it. But I'm not trying to say that your mom isn't worth it. That's not how I meant it to come out. I'm really sorry. That's really not what I meant.
No, Neil, I understand what you're saying, because there will be a consequence if we follow through with this, because we are changing things. But look at it from the good side, though. If we do make this work, right, we saw that, who didn't turn out to be so good in her future self, right? What if this was to change that, too?
You are still assuming that there's going to be an overall better outcome. We have no
I can
idea of
hope.
possibilities that it could change, but we do know that by limiting what we do change,
Yeah.
less
Well,
things.
it's
I
not
don't
like
know.
we're.
I'm new to this.
I mean, we're not making the decision right now. I just. I'll take what you said in consideration. I'll think about it, but we don't have to make a decision today. And you know what? We're a team, so if the majority of you think it's a bad idea, then we won't do it.
Kelly, I need you to hear me that I'm really not trying to be down on your idea, okay? And
I know.
really do
No,
wish your mom.
I know. I hear what you're saying, and what you're saying makes sense. I just have a different take on it, and I don't know who's right. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm right. We know so little. Maybe we'll figure it out. I don't know. But
Yeah,
I know that you're not.
Also, okay. Good.
I know that you're not,
Okay.
because I know that you care. I do.
Okay.
Otherwise, all of you, well, really two of you, but you were there for me when I went through that, and I won't forget that. So it'd be really dumb of me to say that you don't care when you helped me deal with that whole thing. Both of you.
Good. Yeah.
All right.
But you're still wrong about fishes.
In that case, you take the time as the shadows of the mountains begin to swallow the gap once more. You enter the deep woods. You can see there are some recent footprints as well as what looks like a few bars of soap. Let's say made in paradise
Woo.
along your path. You can't help but hear a type of music. Coming from deep in the woods. What do you want to do?
What kind of music?
Fiddle, banjo, some strumming.
How many hours have we traveled?
It's point about 7.
So we're still not there
So
yet.
6. No, you're there. 6 hours
Oh,
to get
we
to
are.
the gate.
Okay.
What's the song played? Do we recognize it?
No.
You said that the tracks, they were just footprints, or did it look like a carriage or like a cart with the cargo?
Look like a bunch of
came through?
people.
Okay.
Some boots.
You think it's Jack?
Could be anyone.
Maybe Tom.
Maybe they're your boots.
I meant the soap that says Paradise,
Oh,
because that's where he came from, right?
yeah. I think you're right. Well, Sally, I think you should probably lead us here. I mean, you're the one who really wanted to meet people.
Okay.
So we'll back you up.
She just starts walking.
Follow.
All right. Follow up. You see, you come upon some fires lit in the woods, many, many tents, like a whole town laid out. There's women and children and men, and they are sitting up on a stump. A bare-chested person with sandy hair and frickin' brown skin. Stains in her dresses. And all the heads bow. This person picks up a handful of soil and holds it up as if to judge its contrasts in color. Kinfolk, how does the dark earth find you? The response is instantaneous and in unison. The dark earth by day finds us planting worthy seed. And how by night? And again is one, the response. The dark earth at night finds us digging worthy graves.
Sally turns to Kelly. You sure Mother's not here?
Honestly, now I'm not sure. No.
Just wait until she's done and then go talk to her.
Soon after, so they bring up this young lady, and the speaker who's been holding things up says, "Now speak, child." She gets up on the stump. I came here beat. Both my kids had been. My husband pushed them down the stairs several times because I didn't sweep right. But then I prayed to the good mother. I told her what was going on. Yes, son. Well, I just got this notice of his death. So this lawyer saying that I get the house, stuff left by his grandma. The mother has given. The good mother. Indeed, and they cheer. Remember, all those we've been wronged, and as the mother can, she will. She will punish evildoers. She will punish everyone who's cast us out and done us wrong. But remember, the good mother needs our help. For her to rise, we must vanquish those who would keep her contained in the ground. It's coming. They have yet to be chosen. But when they are, we must move. We must move.
Sally hears that at that moment and looks at Kelly and goes, "I'm sorry, but you're about to be the chosen one," and stands up and whispers,
What?
"Brother, brother, brother." But at the same time, she announces, "Mother, mother, mother." So she draws the attention, but she wants everyone to kind of get, and she like steps quickly behind Kelly to watch, to see everybody see this blonde girl change, as to kind of represent maybe the chosen one just got found.
And there is a point where Perido's watching all of this, and she's like, "You know how the Walker sisters said that we had a lot of pieces and nothing connected them? I think I might have just found the connecting piece." And then this happens. It's like, oh, wait.
The outturn. As Esther moves forward, and the speaker lifts their voice. "I'm Speaker Timothy. Who are you that come? You're welcome if you are friends. We do not turn anyone away. All are welcome here."
Hello, speaker. I'm Esther. And she smiles.
Well, welcome, Esther. You have friends, I see.
Yes. We are all friends.
Good. Well, that is the surface then. Maybe I'll meet those who have come. In the tent. Come now. And
Looks like we got our meeting.
Timothy moves over to a tent. Do y'all start going over?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sally walks up to Esther and goes, "You're the chosen one, of brother. But pretend his name is Mother." And she
Mother
winks at
chose
you.
me.
Yes, Mother chose you. She winks at you.
Oh. Okay.
As they come in, you take a seat as it gets dark. And the figure of Timothy stretches, takes off a buttoned shirt, and reveals a dress underneath. As they kind of sigh, "Oh, well, it's good to meet you all. My name's Evelyn."
Hello, Evelyn. These are my friends.
Good. Now I know quite well you have not come from the mother. Well, Timothy knows.
Tell us about yourself, Evelyn.
Well, I came here because I was quite a outcast myself. And I found the mother to help me spread the word among these folks who can avenge what the world has done to them. I was a hairbrush salesman. Well, of whatever I felt like, I guess.
Is the mother your new hairbrushes?
No, she just sleeps and waits to be awakened, is all. And will bring true justice to this land when she is.
Went with a walk. On a walk with Mother.
Oh, if that is true, child, then she will have you.
Good.
You can speak with Timothy again. Not tonight, though. But you can see the two of us have quite in common with the two of you.
Yeah. I think you're right. Do you hate Timothy?
Oh, no. No. We both serve the mother in our own ways. I take care of the everyday stuff, and he takes care of the whooping and the riling up and the holy work.
So which one of you appears for mother?
Well, in a way, we both do. So I know she's rising soon. And soon those who are asked to bind her in the dark earth will be coming. They would need dealing with. And we're in there for tonight. See you next week.